In this podcast, we are going to be continuing with sustainability, only this time we're going to start looking at renewable energy. There's three you need to know: wind power, solar power, and biofuels. Renewable energy is a type of energy that is generated from natural sources such as sunlight, wind, rain, tides, geothermal, which are naturally replenished and will never run out. Fossil fuels like coal, gas and oil are non-renewable and are finite, meaning they will eventually run out. The first renewable source you need to be made aware of is wind, which involves the turning of turbines that converts kinetic energy, movement, into electricity. Turbines are usually grouped together, called wind farms, and are the most cost-effective way to capture energy from the wind. These are usually situated in mountainous regions, or out in the countryside, or out at sea, where there are higher winds generating more electricity. The advantage is that it's flexible, as it can be used in large-scale wind farms for national grid purposes or for small individual turbines for isolated locations. It is also non-polluting, environmentally friendly and sustainable, as it produces 50 times more energy than it uses over its lifetime. It also produces low-cost power, involving low running and maintenance costs, and it can be installed offshore to minimise visual impacts and take advantage of constant breezes. The disadvantage of wind farms is that they only provide a small amount of energy and rely on the wind. Some people also view them as being unsightly and spoiling picturesque landscapes. Offshore wind farms tend to be extremely expensive. These wind farms also need an extensive range of infrastructure to maintain them. They are also controversial as to the noise and vibrations these moving turbines make, and the effect that they have on nesting coastal birds. The next type of renewable is solar power. With this type of renewable energy source, sunlight is converted directly into electricity using photovoltaic cells. These cells can be combined to form solar panels. Solar power is useful at providing power to remote areas such as satellites in orbit. The advantage of solar power is it takes advantage of huge amounts of energy available from the sun, it's pollution-free, has a low operating costs and very little maintenance required after initial setup, is economically competitive for isolated or remote regions, and provides enough electricity for the national grid to cope with peak demands. The disadvantage with solar power is it has a relatively expensive setup cost. Solar power is not available at night and may be unavailable due to poor weather conditions, and energy can be lost by converting DC current generated into AC current needed for use in the national grid. Solar power can also be used to provide solar thermal, which is used to create hot water using solar thermal panels. This method can provide a household a third of its annual hot water supply. These panels are very easy to construct, as they only require a box painted black, a pipe which water can pass through, and a glass panel across the top. This is often fed into the household hot water system, saving the household money. This is the end of part 1. In part 2, we'll be looking at biofuels. That concludes this section of the revision. If you have any questions, please come and speak to me.